Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Someone's getting cut in half. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in saying goodbye to Ewan McGregor. Ewan, thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, Hayden is here. Hello, everyone. That is it. Dude, how has this weekend been treating you? Welcome to Chicago, of course.
Thank you.
How's things
This has been awesome. It's been so nice to get to be here and meet so many of you, and I've just had a great time.
Absolutely. So, last Friday, I understand you got to feel any pressure? Is there any fear or hatred?
No.
Okay.
I was hoping I was going to get to practice a little bit.
Okay.
They didn't really let me do that, but it still went well. I got it across the plate.
Hey!
And then I got to sing with my 10-year-old daughter, which was just so special. And it was a cool jersey too.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are wearing a jersey. That was a dope one. When they revealed that one to you, what were your first thoughts?
Well, I'd asked for the 66.
Oh! That is absolutely amazing. I love it.
You're a legend.
I appreciate you.
So, obviously, Star Wars, huge franchise, soon to celebrate 50 years. Is that amazing? But before you joined the franchise in the Delectable Episode 2, were you a fan of Star Wars?
Yeah, I was a big fan.
Talk to me.
Well, I have an older brother who's like 8.5 years my elder, and he was like the perfect age when the original trilogy came out. So when I was a little kid, he had all of the toys, and he had Star Wars bed sheets. So I was well versed in the Star Wars universe before I'd even seen the films.
Wow.
And I loved all the action figures and Darth Vader from a very early age definitely spoke to me.
Kind of serendipitous a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, if you didn't
I was always a big Boba Fett fan. There's something about a masked character that I really enjoy.
So far, I love it. Now we got to know, like, obviously to take this iconic role is huge. To get this iconic role is even bigger. What was it like when you got that call that you were going to play Anakin Skywalker?
What she said. It was just a very surreal thing. You know, I went through this sort of many months of sort of being in contention for it and meeting George Lucas and auditioning for it. And I never really once thought that I would actually get the part. So when I finally got that phone call, it came as a big surprise to me, and I was just beyond thrilled.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's a welcome gift to all of us as fans as well, that you brought this character to life. We absolutely enjoy it.
It's an amazing privilege to get to come back to Anakin and continue to play this character.
It's a gift to all of us, actually. The sequels were a crazy, massive production, right? There's so many hands that went into making this whole project happen. Was there anyone in particular that, like, behind the scenes, that either created like props or makeup or something that really kind of stood out to you with the work that they did?
I wasn't in the sequels. The
Prequels.
The prequels, okay. Yeah. The sequels. I was wondering where you were going with this question.
I meant prequels.
The prequels.
Prequels.
I'm sorry. And so what was the question?
So anybody that really kind of stood out to you?
From the crew?
Yeah.
So many people from the crew. I mean, kind of one of the unique things about working on a Star Wars project is that everyone is just so excited to be there, and George Lucas got the very best people, in each of their sort of respective fields to come and participate. So, the costume design, the set design.
Thomas!
Thomas! That's right. I love Thomas. He was our lightsaber maker. He had a very cool job. He hung out making lightsabers all day, and he, when we were making those films, the lightsabers were just like these metal rods, and so when Boone and I are fighting, if we're really getting into it, the lightsabers after each take would get all warped and bent, and he would come and replace the blade for us and present us with a new saber each time. And
Thomas the GOAT!
Thomas is the GOAT. Yeah. Very sweet, thank you.
So speaking of the lightsaber fighting, Revenge of the Sith, things get escalated in a huge way, fighting-wise. You kind of go crazy in this one. Were there any particular fight scenes that were especially challenging?
I mean, the one that you and I did at the end, our battle on Mustafar, that was something that we were really looking forward to getting to do. From the get-go, we knew that there was going to be this big conflict between Anakin and Obi-Wan that was going to result in a sort of epic lightsaber battle. And so when it came time to do it, when we got to Sydney, Australia, to start work on episode 3, you and I spent a lot of time, like months, training and practicing, trying to get that fight to be as good as it could be. And Nick Gillard, the fight choreographer, and his team he did an amazing job and really told a story in that fight. And I'm very proud of the work that we got to do there.
Absolutely. Makes me one more time. By chance, do you watch those particular fight scenes and kind of go back to remembering what it was like to film it?
I don't typically watch films that I've been in, but when I'm coming back to play Anakin again, I do kind of want to give myself a bit of a refresher.
Okay, all right.
So I do every now and then watch episode 3 and the fight that you and I did, and it's it's a sort of a trip down memory lane for me because it recalls all these sort of great memories that you had when you were filming, and I love you, and so it was just an amazing thing that we got to create that together. Yeah.
Just on the side, you should definitely watch the movies you're in. You're kind of amazing.
I do love the Star Wars films, so I enjoy getting to sort of go back and watch them again when I've come back to do the Obi-Wan show and now Ahsoka. Season 2, yeah, just you wait.
Allegedly Disney, allegedly. That's well ended. Obviously, with this series, there's so many different cool props and things like that. If you were gifted one, what would be the one prop that you would love to have had from off set?
I would have loved to have gotten a Darth Vader helmet.
You didn't get a Darth Vader?
I didn't get a Darth Vader helmet. Maybe one day. There's still time. Yeah.
Official Darth Vader helmet from Disney. I know everyone in this room is like, I'll buy you a Darth Vader helmet. I'll do it. That's fair. I love it. Okay, so after returning to the Star Wars universe in Obi-Wan, So cool, so freaking cool. What was a surprise meeting or I don't want to say this. To get back into it, you are answering kind of the call of every fan that has watched you so far, right? What's it like to know that you are really bringing that fandom to a head by coming back to something that meant so much to all of us?
It's just such a privilege. To be a part of Star Wars is an amazing thing. It's because of all of you guys and what the films mean to you and what these characters mean to you. And so to get to come back to it for Obi-Wan was a very meaningful thing for me, and the work that I got to do on that show. I think it's bedtime. The work that we got to do on Obi-Wan, I just thought was wonderful. You know, that end scene between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan when he cracks Vader's helmet. That for me was huge because it was a side of the character that I hadn't yet gotten to explore, and the way it sort of depicted the destruction of that relationship, I thought was just really beautifully done, and it was such a nicely written scene, and the way it came to life, it was just, it all kind of, was really perfect, and I was happy with that.
Absolutely. This one's from Maya. If you could play any other Star Wars character besides Anakin and Vader, who would you choose and why?
Well, I said I was a big fan of Boba Fett. I remember when they were auditioning for Anakin, and I first got the call from my agent saying that, we've submitted you for the Anakin Skywalker role. I was like, that's nice of you, I appreciate it, but like, that's never gonna happen. So is there is there another part that you could put me up for? And I remember thinking like, if there's a young Boba Fett or something, that would be cool. So I would go with Boba Fett probably.
I like that. Good choice. Yes. Just out of curiosity, did your agent, when you got the role, go, "We told you"?
I don't remember them saying that. But
Smart agent. That's how you say it.
Yeah, okay. they were very happy for me.
Absolutely. This was from Sarah. Sarah wants to know which Star Wars co-star made you laugh the most on set.
Oh, definitely Ewan. Yeah, I mean, he just has a wonderful sense of humor, and he was always making me laugh, and just brought a nice kind of levity to the set when it was needed, and that always sort of stuck with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Lewis from Portland wants to know which was harder as an actor, learning complex fight choreography or performing heavy emotional scenes?
Well, I guess if you gauge it by the amount of sort of preparation that went into it, it was definitely the fight scenes.
Okay.
And also because I had no experience with fighting with a sword or a lightsaber before, so that was just a new skill that I had to learn. But there were some, challenging emotional scenes too. Like when we were doing episode 2, I remember the scene where Anakin's with Padme and he confesses to slaughtering the Sand people.
You deserved it.
That was that was a challenging one. But they each have their sort of their own unique challenges. Yeah.
Absolutely right. I love it. This was from Rachel from Boston. Is there another major franchise or comic book character you'd be interested in portraying?
Not that I've thought about. I don't know. I feel so fortunate for getting to play, Anakin and be a part of Star Wars, and I'm very happy to sort of have that kind of that niche carved out for myself. And but that said, if there was another opportunity to do something else and the character spoke to me, I would of course be up for it. But no, I'm happy with Anakin.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I think that makes sense. Fair as well.
perhaps when I was a bit younger, I was maybe more drawn to sort of some darker roles, just because I'd spent sort of, a good few years in sort of the Anakin headspace, and I'm sure that kind of that informed the sort of other work that I was kind of more interested in. But now, as I've gotten older, I think, and having become a father, that perhaps makes me want to play some roles that aren't quite as dark, and I'd love to get to do something that my daughter could watch and enjoy. So we'll see.
See how you brought balance to the Force? You see it? You got it! Awesome. Okay, before we let you get out of here, we got some rapid fire questions for you.
All right, let's do it.
Ready? Favorite lightsaber color?
Red.
Okay. Jedi robes or Mandalorian armor?
Jedi robes.
Okay. This one's kind of messed up. Who is the best Jedi Master? Wait. I have options here, just to make it fair. Mace Windu or Yoda?
Obi-Wan wasn't an option. Both great Jedi Masters, obviously. I feel like they maybe both could have supported Anakin and more helpful. This is true. But no, they're both great.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Listen, that's very fair. I like that one. Who is messier, R2-D2 or C-3PO?
Both a bit messy, I guess. I'm gonna go with C-3PO, just because when we were filming it was I guess a difficult costume for Anthony Daniels to see out of, and so every now and then he would just kind of go over, and you couldn't help but have like a little bit of a chuckle, and then you'd go and help him up, but I always enjoyed that, and it always made me laugh.
You have to get the laugh out. You don't laugh in his face. I get that. Okay, which would you rather? Be really skilled with a lightsaber or really skilled with the Force?
Really skilled with the Force.
Absolutely you are.
What's that? Oh, thank you.
Would Darth Vader be a cat person or a dog person?
Well, I'm allergic to cats. So, definitely a dog person.
Even in the suit though, like it's got ventilation. You might need Okay,
Still dog person.
Star Destroyer or Death Star?
Death Star.
And the last one. Would you rather join the rebellion or fight for the Empire?
Fight for the Empire.
Oh! Thank you, Chicago. Join me one more time in celebrating Mr. Hayden Christensen. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.